Hello, it's the Randy Duck and welcome back for another video. And today I've got a special giveaway because recently I've reached the 2,000 sub mark, which is amazing. Honestly, when I started the channel, I never thought it would get this far. And that's all really down to you guys and girls. So thank you so much for your support. And because of that, I'd like to do a special giveaway to celebrate. Well, I'm actually going to pick 3 winners this time. And the first winner is going to get the tier 8 British medium premium tank, the Huntsman, which has recently been buffed. And the second winner is going to get the tier 8 American medium tank, the M48A2 Patton. And then the final winner is going to get 1 top secret key card as well as 7 days of premium. The giveaway is going to end on the 17th of June, and at which point I will go through the comments and do a random selection for the winners, and then I will respond to your comment letting you know who has won, and I'll update the description of the video with obviously the winners as well. So all what you need to do to enter, that is leave a comment with !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you play on. So that is, leave a comment with !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you will play on. So yeah, that's it. The draw will end the 17th of June. So good luck everyone. Make sure you get your comment in. And now I've got 2 separate replays, and let's move on to those. And I'll talk to you in a sec. Okay, so right, that's obviously how you enter the giveaway, but let's get into the video now. I've got 2 replays today for you. They're not actually in the tanks I'm giving away. That's mainly because the tanks I'm giving away have actually been on the Reforge recently and had a buff. So I'm planning on doing a video on those tanks anyway in due course. So I've just got 2 videos for you today, mainly because I wanted to get this giveaway video out to say thank you for your support and give you a chance to earn those tanks as soon as possible. But we do have 2 videos, and the first one is in the tier 8 Japanese heavy tank, the Oho. The second one is in the tier 8 German medium premium tank, the Mutz, and that's actually the game I achieved my 3rd marks of excellence in the tank. But on to the first video then in the Ho-Ho. We are top tier and we are on Overlord, and there is no fun police in the game, which is very good because it allows us to go to that heavy position on the left hand side and get into a bit of a brawl, and yeah, hopefully we can engage in some enemies. Close quarters is what we're going to want. We've not pushed down the beach because that's not the play for me, but it looks like a lot of our team are playing the central position at the moment, which is really good, and we do have a lot of enemies to fight, so hopefully we're going to be able to get in a little bit of a brawl here. So we've got these tanks on the left. I'm trying to snapshot that Italian heavy tank there. Unfortunately it doesn't come in, but I'm moving back in because obviously I'm playing the full derp Oho because it's much more fun that way, and I don't think Petty would forgive me if I didn't play it that way. But we get a nice little shot there into Tiger. We don't quite roll high enough, unfortunately, to kill them. But now we're just going to pull back in and just wait for that reload to go in before we can poke again and look for some shots. Obviously, being it is a tier 8 lobby, then we've got a lot more. We're far more likely to be able to bounce a few shots here. We're struggling a little bit with the gun depression over this hill, but it's not too bad. It's allowing us to get a shot into that Tiger too. Unfortunately, we missed that. We're going to pull back round. We've got a little wreck in front of us, which is helping us somewhat. You know, especially all that smoke when people trying to shoot through the fire. Sometimes it can be a little bit awkward to see what's going on. We were able to derp a nice shot into the Tiger 2. Unfortunately, we do eat one on the left, which is kind of, the tanks on the left is kind of preventing us from pushing right round on these tanks. There is an enemy light tank though here in the middle, and we can definitely pen this tank. So we'll wait and see if we get an opportunity. He does come around to poke for a shot, and we full pen in there, picking up our first kill and confirming, he's putting us onto 1,400 damage there, and taking out a tier 8 light tank. So it's a good result. As I say, we still have these tanks on the left, which makes it awkward for me to poke, but the Tiger 2's coming forward enough for us to not have to expose ourselves too much. And we derp another one in, just rolling just under 400, I think there. So decent roll there on the derp shells, and starting to whittle away the HP in the enemy team. But it's a very, very tight game, to be honest with you. It pretty much goes that way all the way to the end, and we're just stuck in this one position in a bit of a brawl, which is what you want when you're in a slow heavy tank, to be honest. And we're just again, like I say, I've got to be careful poking all the way around, looking on the right, because I want to make 2 shots on the left to try and and get out traded on the damage there. So I'm just waiting to see if a tank will give me an opportunity to get a shot in. This Italian heavy comes forward close enough to get a shot in. We ricocheted a shot there, and now we're trying to get safe and pull back so our friendly team can help us. Or if he dumps his clip, we're then just going to be able to keep putting the shots in ways on the bad reload. We do get one in there. He's still probably, because he's dumped his shells, so he doesn't have a very good reload at the moment. Pulling back to try and get safe and then go again. It has just been one of those games where we've just been stuck in one location, and just kind of rinse and repeating constantly, basically. But now we get an opportunity to pen. We actually set this tank on fire, putting us under 3,000 damage. Obviously, that's a very dangerous tank, because obviously it's got a full-shot autoloader, and we don't want to get clipped out by that tank, because it could easily clip us out at this point, and he is coming for us while we're stuck on reload. We're trying to get safe. I think we should swap to the small gun here to try and get any shots in. We do manage to land 1, so it's just a little bit extra damage, and then he gets taken out by our friendly Trinity. Bring it to a 4v4, and now the tanks on the left are dealt with. It allows us to then push forward a little bit more. I still think there is a tank down like the K2 zone area, and I believe it was the light tank, and that's a little bit awkward because obviously it's got a side shots angle on us when we go round on it. But obviously the Amex, it's an Amex Chaffee, and it doesn't have the greatest of pen, so hopefully we can ricochet a few shots. As you see, he's looking for shots on us here, which is kind of stopping us going like full round. We don't want to be side on to this tank if we can help it. But again, we're on to have a decent game, 3,700 damage, but it's still, it's still fairly close. But we are able to take out the Tiger. There's one enemy teammate on our cap circle, but we have got a tank going back to it. I'm not too concerned because I know where the other 2 tanks are, and it's not going to be able to. It's unlikely he's going to be able to cap out. We've got a lot of time to deal with it, so we're just going to try and deal with the tanks in front of us, putting us onto 4,000 damage, and hopefully our friendly medium tank in the back gets a reset on the enemy tank in the base. Unfortunately, we missed that shot, which we're trying to snap it. We're trying to avoid getting too many shots on that AMX Chaffee in the side. Unfortunately for him, he has bounced the clip off us, so we're free to sort of just try and get this kill. Friendly tank in the cap does get taken out, and it's down to 3 versus 2. I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. I've still got pretty much all my hit points. That Patton is on half health, and it's just the AMX Chaffee light tank in the end. Looking to try and get a shot in here because he's rear onto us. Unfortunately, we're not able to hit the back of his engine and full pen there, which is a shame, because we could have took out that tank. The AMX Chaffee does now have side shots onto us, so we're just trying to turn to address that. Our other tanks are going in on that medium, so I think I might as well just keep pushing this light tank and hopefully see if we can get a shot in before they escape and pick up another kill and put us over to the 5,000 damage mark, which would be good. It is a 3 versus 1, it's just whether we can find this light tank before he just runs around. Because I'm not in a tank which I want to be chasing a light tank for. I don't have to, but thankfully he is coming in. We're just going to pre-aim this shot, make sure we hit it. Unfortunately, we don't pen there, but we do pretty much take away most of his health, and that brings us then to replay number 1. So let's get to the scoreboard and then move on to the final replay. So we get 2 kills, 5,200 damage, block 2,200 damage, and we do get the ace tanker there, and the high caliber. But yeah, that's it for replay number 1. Let's move on to the final replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay on Pilsen. Again, we are top tier, and as I say, this is a game in the mutts where I actually achieved the 3rd mark of excellence. So yeah, let's see what we can do. So we're initially from this spawn going to push to the other side and just make sure we take control of the hill, because we obviously have the advantage of taking this side from this spawn. And we're going to see if we can get any shots into enemy tanks at the start. Sometimes they poke up high. You can get a few shots on this ridge. and see what's spotted and work out what's what from there. The enemy vanguard goes through the middle. Unfortunately, we do miss a shot there. There is a few tanks. We do eat a shot and actually get our gun damage as well, but we're able to put another shot into that medium in return. And the mutts, you know what, I do really like the mutts because it's that 280 alpha, which actually just feels quite nice. You know, that decent DPM, that 280 alpha, you feel like you're hitting them a little bit, the enemy tanks that little bit harder, especially when you are top tier like this. So we've managed to pick up a bit of spotting assistance, which is always nice when you're also going for that third mark for excellence. Didn't have the best shot at that IS-3, but I tried to track him in place just in case we end up, you know, if we get caught there and we suddenly pick up a lot of track assistance for it. Might have been worth it. Unfortunately, we missed that shot there into the medium, but we're hoping we're going to get one last opportunity to get a shot in, and we do just before he ducks into cover, putting us on to 6,000 damage. We are a couple tanks down already from the start, but yeah, it's not to worry too much at the moment. We get a really decent shot into that light tank on the move. I think high rolling on that shot, which you can often do with that 280 alpha, so you know, you're often hitting them for 300, etc. And we're just looking to see what shots we've got available. I'm starting to get a little bit bored of this location at the moment. The shots aren't coming in as much, so I'm starting to think about, do I sort of need to relocate to the other side? But then enemy Hellcat gets spotted, so we might as well take that shot, and also a enemy heavy tank comes out, and we might get a nice shot into them as well, putting us on to 1,500 damage. And we have bounced a few shots of our cupola, off our turret. You can bounce a couple of shots. I mean, it's not the best armour in this tank, but when you are against, you know, tier 6 tanks, etc., and you hold down, you can ricochet the odd shot. But now I feel like we kind of, this sort of side's kind of, the damage is drying up a little bit for us, being a bit more hesitant to poke now, and we're going to see if we can relocate to the other side to see if we've got any better shots over here, and just working out what we want to do next, basically, because it looked like quite a lot of the enemy team had pushed this side, so we're just seeing if they do push forward just to get any shots in. But now I'm thinking, you know what, I might actually just go and play the centre of the map and see if we can spot any of the tanks. Any of these tanks on the right hand side here, we might be able to shoot through this warehouse, through this like gap there, if they do poke up high, and we'll just going to see if we can get any shots there. But an enemy light tank gets spotted, an enemy heavy tank gets spotted in the open, so we go on, we finish off that heavy. We was waiting to see if that light tank was going to cross back over, but then we noticed this medium force sending through the middle. We're going to try and get a shot through this gap, which we do, and I think we might have damaged his ammo rack there. Yes, we do. And we're going to go and look to see if we can get another shot into that tank. Obviously, I don't know, the Rex has obviously got a big autoloader, but it has a big interclip as well. So we're going to poke to see if we can get a shot in. And we do poke in, and then we actually blow his ammo rack there, which is fantastic. And picked up, you know, the remaining of the hit points and confirming a kill. Unfortunately, we didn't eat a shot in return. I was kind of expecting to eat a shot. Unfortunately, that light tank just gets unspotted before I was able to get a shot in. A bit unfortunate timing there, but it's still a very close game. You know, it's 7 versus 7. I'm just pushing forward to see if we can spot that light tank, and an enemy SU gets spotted at the wrong time for them. We do get a shot in, and we pick up quite a bit of assistance off of that tank. We're not able to get another shot in before they get back into cover. We're then poking to get a shot in this heavy. Unfortunately, we eat a shot there, which is probably a bit of a bad poke, really. I was hoping they would have distracted with the tank on the hill. And now we've got tanks which actually have pushed away over into our base. So I'm looking to see if we can get any shots into these tanks, especially this Lycan at the back. And we're hoping to try and get a shot in here. They are on a one shot, but we then sort of notice another light tank behind us. But the Lycan gets taken out. But we're waiting because it looks like another medium's about to cross, this enemy Brass. We do get the shot in, putting them onto a one shot. Like, so it's a 4 versus 5 now. But this enemy Brass also is a one shot. Still a dangerous tank though. We need to take out that gun if we can do. And I am going to fall back to try and take out this Brass. I can't have them sort of just running around the map, which is not going to be good for us. And we are able to take out that Brass, putting it back to a 4 versus 4. And now we're looking to see if we can get any shots into this enemy light tank, which is also a one shot. And we was able to, putting us onto our 4th kill, bringing it back to a 4 versus 3. Now we know where the enemy IS-3 was located. That was the tank that shot us earlier, as you can see. And we're going to move over now. You know, now that most of the tanks have been destroyed, we know where the enemy SU was because we spotted them earlier. So they're probably a good chance they're all playing on this side. And we're going to try and see if we can spot them and catch them out in the warehouse and see if we can get any shots in, bringing up our damage. Maybe potentially, you know, it is possible for us to get a devastator here. So we're looking to see if we get any shots. Unfortunately, the IS-3 is waiting for us. He's pre-maiming us. I don't really want to eat a shot off of that IS-3 because at the moment, because obviously that SU's there and I could get double tapped by both of them. I don't, you know, the SU hasn't been spotted. I know the last known location are around there somewhere. So, and obviously the SU camo, it's going to be awkward for me to spot. But the SU fires and kills one of our tanks and then gets spotted because he loses his camo rating for shooting his gun. And unfortunately I missed the first shot, but we are able to get the second shot in. Hellcat shoots us, putting us on to 500 hit points. We're trying to hopefully try and take out this SU as he pokes up, and we do. Now we can eat one shot off of the IS-3 if necessary. We have got 5 kills now, and we still in a 3 versus 2, so still got to be a little bit careful. I don't want to eat a shot off the IS-3 just yet while that Hellcat's alive, but now that Hellcat's been dead, like I say, I can eat one if necessary, but I'm just waiting for our tanks to come round and really basically distract the IS-3 so I can then poke and try and maybe shoot him in the tracks, get a shot in there. We do get a shot in, we eat a shot, but we're now going to beat his reload, so we might as well just stay out. He can't shoot us because we're going to reload first, and then we're going to pull back in to save. Now I know that obviously just reloaded, he could kill us now, but I'm just waiting to see if he shoots his gun. If he shoots his gun, I'm going to poke back out and get a shot in. He does fire, so we poke back in, we get a shot in, we damage their ammo rack, and now I'm thinking I'm probably actually just going to beat their reload now that they are ammo racks, so I could have spent a little bit more time there waiting for the reload, to be honest. We do get this shot in now. Here's a one shot. It's going to probably get taken out by a friendly team, which they do, and that brings us an end to the video. So let's just see what we got before we move on. So we get 5 kills, 5,000 damage, 1,059 assistance, and we do confirm the third mark of excellence. So yeah, that is it. So remember, please make sure you leave a comment with !duck followed by your gamer tag and which console you are playing on for a chance to win the giveaways. Draw ends on the 17th of June. So thanks for your amazing support and happy tanking.
Enemy in sight! Hadouken!